Hello everyone, this is Ankit Jain. I welcome you all to my channel Take Journey with Ankit. This is part 2 of our quick take session where we'll be exploring how we can create the movie search application. Before we get started, a quick intro about me. My name is Ankit Jain. I do have more than 10 years of experience in the Salesforce ecosystem where I got an opportunity to work as a Salesforce architect as well as a corporate trainer. I do have my expertise in the different clouds, including the Salesforce Service Cloud, Sales Cloud, CPQ, billing, as well as on the financial services cloud. Moreover, I got my technical expertise on LWC as well as on the integration. In case you folks likes to connect with me, these are the different channels which are available. You can connect with me on YouTube, LinkedIn, as well as on the Telegram. The channel links will be available in the video description. So in the last session, we have created the movie search, movie detail, and the movie tile component. However, we have set up the communication in between the movie search and the movie tile component, where the movie search component is responsible to have the filter as well as the display section, and the movie tile component is responsible for the particular tile that we are displaying under the display section. Here the movie search is communicated with the movie tile by using @API property. However, the movie tile is communicated back to the movie search with the help of custom event. In this part, we will set up the communication between the movie search and the movie detail component with the help of message channel. To do that, we have to create the message channel in our project, and we have to publish the message from the movie search, and we have to receive that message to the movie detail by subscribing to the message channel. This movie detail component will be responsible to display the complete details of the movie that the user is selecting by clicking on this tile. So let's get started with our project. So again, I'm back on my editor. So what we have to do here is first we have to go and create one folder. So to do that, I'm selecting the Force app main default, and here I'm clicking on the folder and creating the folder with the name of message channels, CHANNELS. Make sure that you are putting the exact message channel. Now in this message channel folder, you have to create the message channel. To create the message channel, the best way we can do here is we can navigate to the Google, and here we can look for the message channel metadata. Okay, so I'm opening the lightning message channel metadata. Here they have also put the default file or the sample file that we can use for that metadata. So here you can see they have given what kind of suffix that we should use whenever we are creating the message channel, right? They have given an example as well, what should be the channel name, and also they have given what all different properties are available inside the channel. So what we have to do here first is we have to create one file with the suffix as message channel, which will be stored under the message channel folder. So here I go and create the file. Again, to get the metadata type, I'm looking for the sample name that we can use to create the message file. Hmm. Okay, let's go on and use this dot message channel as an extension, and we create our own file here. So again, I'm navigating back to my application. Inside this message channel folder, I'm creating one file. Let me give this file name as the movie channel. I am putting the dot message channel extension followed by the hyphen and followed by the hyphen and the meta.xml. So this should be your file name. Make sure that you are putting the exact file name. Movie channel, you can give a channel name followed by the dot, followed by the message channel, followed by the hyphen meta and dot xml. Right, so this will be your file. Now in this file you can go and put any sample code from here. Let me go and take the this sample code, and I am putting it here. Now let me go and give the master label to my channel. So here I am giving the master label as movie channel. I'm exposing this, right? This is the sample channel for communication. This is the channel for communication between movie search and movie detail. Okay, now under this channel we can have the different fields to pass that data. Here I am only keeping one field to pass that data. Let me keep only the record ID, or here I can go and put it as a movie ID. Okay, you can give any name to the field, and let me take out the another field from here. So this is my message channel which I can use to perform the communication. Let me go and deploy this message channel here. Now, as I said, we do have the two components here. One component will be responsible to publish and another component will be responsible to subscribe. So what we have to do here is we have to publish the message from the movie search, and from the movie detail we have to subscribe to that channel. So to get that published, I am opening my movie search component here, right? And this component, as I said, will be responsible for the publish. Again, you don't have to remember any syntax. What you can do here is you can again navigate to the component library, and here you can search for the message service. Here they have given an example what all different things that you have to do whenever you have to publish the message. So what you have to do here is, in case you have to publish the message, you have to import the message service feature. So let me go and copy the exact same thing, and I'm importing the message service feature in my component. The next thing that you have to do here is you have to also go and import the message channel that you have created. So here I go and import the message channel. In my scenario, the message channel that I have created is the movie channel. So here I am copying the message channel name and putting it here. One thing that you have to keep a note here is whenever you are putting the message channel name, you have to make sure that you are putting the underscore underscore C in the end. And again, you can give any name to the message channel. Let me give the name to the message channel here as movie channel. Okay, so I have imported the two things that is a kind of a prerequisite whenever I have to perform the publish operation. After that, as we have imported the message context, we have to get that message context with the help of wire decorator. So here again, I am copying this code from here and putting it in my logic where I am getting the current message context. As I am using the wire decorator here, we have to make sure that we are importing the wire decorator as well. So that part is also done. Now the next thing that I have to do here is I have to create the payload, and after creating the payload I have to go and publish the message. So again, I am copying these two things from here, and we will go and modify it according to our requirement. Now when we have to publish the message, as soon as user have performed the selection. So in the message, in the movie search, as soon as user have performed the selection, we are getting the control in the movie selected handler, because we are firing the event from the child, and here we are handling the event. So from here what we will do, we will go and publish the message. Now here we have to go and send the message inside the payload. What message we have to send here is the, we have already in the form of message service field, we have created the message service field here as the movie ID. So what I am doing here is I am passing here the movie ID, and the value that I have to pass to my movie ID is the selected movie. So let me go and pass the selected movie. After that, I have to put the publish method. Publish method, it will take three parameter. First is the message context that we have already dealing with. Second one is the channel name. In my scenario, I have given the channel name as the movie channel. So this is my channel name, and the payload, that is nothing but the kind of a data that I have to share from my movie search component. So job of the movie search component is done. Here we have publishing the message. Now we have to navigate to the another component, that is the movie detail component. In the movie detail component, this component is responsible to display the, first this component is responsible to handle the message, and after that accordingly go and display the details of that component. To that, we will again navigate back to the same page reference. So here we go to the page reference, and to perform the subscription to the message channel, again I am on the component library. What we have to do here is we have to import the message service, and also we have to go and import the channel component as well. So here I go and perform the import the message service and the channel. We have created this channel here, so let me go and put the same channel. Again, you can give the different alias name as well, but here I am keeping it exactly same. So let me navigate to the movie detail and replace this with the channel that we have created. Now the next thing what we have to do here is we have to perform the subscription to our channel. To perform the subscription, we go and use the connected callback. So here I go and paste the connected callback. In the connected callback, we are subscribing to the message channel. So let's go and copy that method which is performing this subscription. Here I go and paste this method to subscribe to the message channel. Now what I am doing in this method, first thing I am using the subscription property. So let me go and put the subscription property here. So here I go and put the subscription property which I am initializing with null. So that's what I am doing. Now the next thing, I am using the subscription property and calling the subscribe method which I already imported. After that I am dealing with the message context. So again we have to get the message context like we have done in the publish. So again I am using this wire decorator and getting that message context. So here I go and put this wire decorator to get the context. Next thing, we have to also deal with the current message movie channel that we have created. So here I am on also taking the reference of the movie channel, and after that whatever the message that we have received, we have to handle that message. To handle that message is another method that we have to go and define, that is the handle message method. So here I go and put the handle message method. This method will be the handler for the subscription message. So in our publishing method, what we are doing, if I scroll down, we are sending the payload, and in the payload we are sending the details in the movie ID. So here also we have to accept the details from the movie ID. Let me go and store this detail into one of the local variable, movie ID. And what I will do here is I will go and log these details for now. So console.log whatever the movie ID has been selected, I'm logging that details, right? So we have taken care everything for the subscription. Now coming back to the next step, we have to also take care in case the unsubscription has been done. So to unsubscribe the component, we do have the disconnected callback, and under the disconnected callback method, we are calling the unsubscribe to message channel method. So in this unsubscribe to message channel method, we have to perform the unsubscription. So here I go and put that method. Now in this method, we are again calling the unsubscribe method that we are importing, and followed by that, we are again initializing the subscription with the null. So that's all we have done in this component. We are accepting the message, and for the time being we are only displaying that message in the console. Let's go and expose this component to the app page as well as to the community page as well, right? So make sure that you are defining the target here as app page as well as the community page. Now the next thing that you have to do here is, let me go and define some lightning card, and in the lightning card put the title here as selected movie details. Again, you can also keep it as blank. I'm just putting some HTML so that we can understand there is something on the UI. Let me go and deploy this component, and also we have to go and deploy the movie search component as well. So my both the components are deployed here successfully. Let me navigate back to my application. Here I go and add that component. So clicking on the edit page and adding that component here. Dragging and dropping the component. Sorry, this is not the component. We have to drag and drop the movie detail component. Click on save. Let me go back and click on, let me go back. It is still saving the changes. So the changes got saved. Let me go back and we'll validate whether the functionality is working as expected or not. So let me go and search here for the movie first. Here I am searching for the Batman, right? I'm getting all these movies here, and let me go back to the inspect and navigate to the console. So we are expecting that whatever the movie that we are selecting, that should come up in the console. So here I go and select this movie. You can see that we are getting this movie ID. If I am selecting this record, I am getting another movie ID. So for each record that we are selecting, we are getting the correct movie ID. That means our message channel functionality is working as expected. Now, one feedback that I received during the previous session, that there is no padding in between the images. When I look back into my code, I found that I was doing one typo in my code. So let me go and quickly correct that. Again, I'm navigating to the message HTML file here, and Here what I have done by mistake is in the lightning layout item, here I should go and put around hyphen small. Rather I go and put the around underscore small so that a padding will be added correctly in my images. Okay. Now the next thing, let me go and deploy this. Now the next thing that we have to do here is as we got the ID, now we have to make another API call to get the complete movie details. So again, I will navigate back to the open API. Here we do have another call where we can pass the IMDb ID, right? And we can get the complete details about that movie. Let's go and validate that functionality as well. So what I will do here is I do have the ID available in my console. So let me pass that ID here. I'm just copying the ID, navigating here, putting that ID and clicking on search. Here you can see that we are getting the complete details of the ID that we are passing. Let me go and put the full and the search. Right, so these are the two parameters that we have to pass. We have to pass the plot as full and also we have to pass the ID. Right, if I go and check here what all different parameters that we do have, by default the plot is short in case you are not passing it, so you have to make sure you are passing the plot as full along with other details. So let me go back and use this URL for the testing. Another additional thing that we have to do here is we have to also append the API key as well whenever we are making the API call from our component. So what I will do, as soon as the message has been received, we have to make the API call. To do that API call, again I am creating another method and I am naming that method here as the fetch movie detail. Right, so I'm putting that as the fetch movie details. So this method we're accepting one parameter and that is nothing but the movie ID. Right, so we'll invoke this method from here. So here I go and invoke this method from this dot fetch movie detail and here I am passing the movie ID that we have received from the message channel. Again we have to make this API call from here. So this should be the asynchronous method. So here I am making this method as asynchronous and here I go and put the await operation to perform the fetch. So here again I am putting the await fetch and what I have to pass here is the URL. This is the same thing that we have done in the previous session. I am repeating the exact same thing, but this time the URL will be different. So here I am getting the response. Now from the response, again we have to call the JSON method. This method will again return the promise. So again I am using here the await and storing that into the data. Right, let me just go and log that details here. So I'm putting again console.log followed by the data. Now only thing that I have to make create here is the URL. So here I go and put the let URL is equal to, so we have already tested the sample URL, so I'm using the same URL here. Only thing that we have to do in this URL here is make sure that you are enclosing this URL in the string interpolation operator, not in the double quotes. This interpolation operator will be just below to your escape character, and here we have to pass this ID dynamically. To pass the dynamic ID, we should use the dollar followed by the curly brace, and here we should go and put the ID. As I said, any another additional thing that we should pass here is the API key. Once you have done the registration, you will get the API key, and here you have to put the ampersand API key is equal to the API key that you want to pass. Okay, so I'm passing the ID as well as the API key. You can also get this stored API key in some custom label and fetch it from there. It's completely your choice. As this is a quick tech, I'm directly putting it here. Okay, now we got the movie ID. We are making this API call and we are expecting the movie details. So let me go and put this movie details, because according to the parameters that we are getting, we have to go and display the HTML file, or we have to work on the HTML file. So let me go and log this. So my component is deployed here successfully. Let's go and validate whether we are getting the complete details related to that movie or not. So here I go and refresh my page one more time. Let me go and close this and let the component loaded. One more thing that you can see here, although I don't have anything selected, this component is coming up. So we have to make sure that we are hiding this component on the page load. I navigate to the console here, selecting the movie, followed by, let's say I'm putting the movie name as Batman. Right? You can see now I do have the spaces in between the images. So because of that padding, that issue is also solved. Now here I go and select the movie. Here the logic is failing because it says that this URL is not configured. Okay, let me go back and check what is the issue in this URL. So here I navigate back to my component. Okay, I found the issue. The issue here is I am not using the HTTPS method. However, in the movie search component, let me go back there. Here you can see that we are using this HTTPS URL. So let me go and use the same HTTPS URL here as well. So that's the simple change that I have done to get this fixed. So make sure that in case you are testing in the URL, you have to make sure that you are changing this URL in the movie detail as the HTTPS URL. Okay. Now here if I go and deploy this again. Okay, so my component is deployed here successfully after making this HTTPS change. Now let me go back to the org, refresh the page one more time, and we will validate the output. So let me again select the movie, selecting the movie name as Batman, selecting this. Let me go to the inspect and check whether I am getting the expected result or not. So you can see here, we are getting this movie details from here. If I go and expand this, I am getting all those complete details about this movie. Now the next thing that we have to do here is we have to display this movie details on our component like we are doing in this. Here we are displaying this movie details where we have the image on the one section and we have the movie details on the second section. So we will go and design the HTML file to have the similar kind of a behavior. So let me navigate back to the component again, navigate to the HTML file. As I said, my section should be loading only and only when there is some record that has been selected. So on the initial load, my loading will be false. So here I go and create one property load component and I'm initializing this with the false. The value of this component will be true only and only when we got some details from the component. So here I go and put the this dot load component is equal to true. Next thing, I also have to store these details to put it on the UI. So let me go and create another property that is the this dot movie details and in which I am storing the data. Let me go and define this property at the class level. So here I go and define this property and I'm making it as a blank object for now because unless and until we are not getting anything, the default value of this object is blank. Okay, now we have to go and design the HTML and also we have to go and put lots of CSS here. So let me go and close all the unwanted file. I am keeping only the movie detail file and let me also go and to the HTML file here. So first thing I am putting here the template LWC if, as I said, we have to load this component only when that flag value is true, that is the load component. So here I go and check for the load component, then and then only we'll go and load this component here. Right. Now the next thing that we have to do here is we have to add some padding from the top. So let me go and put here the div class slds where p around small. I am adding the padding from all the sides. After that, I am dividing my section into the two parts, right? Last time we have done the complete thing here with the help of lightning layout. Now here, again, I can do that with the lightning layout as well, or we can use the grid. This time, let me go with the grid. So here I am searching for the SLDS grid. Let me open the grid from here. I scroll down here. I do have one example where the sections are divided equally. So I'm using the same code from here, copying it from here and putting it here. Now I do have the two columns. One column is responsible to display the image and another column is responsible to display the details. So let me go and design the first column here. Let me go and put the image here. So here I am putting the image as src is equal to whatever the source of the image. Let me go and check the source of the image from the output that we have received. We do have the image available under the poster. So here I am using the poster. What is the property name that we have in which we have stored the detail? The property name is the movie details. So in this movie details we do have the poster. So let me go and put movie details dot poster, right? So this is where we are getting the image. Next thing here is, in case the image is not available, let me show some message here, that is the image not found. It's an alternate message that we can show in case the image is not available. Now the next thing that we have to do here is, let me add some padding to this image. uh, so again slds where m around small, and also as you can see here, I'm adding some additional things to this image. I'm adding one border, a white color border, which do have the curves. So let me go and add some additional css here. Let me put the css name here as the movie poster. So let's go and define this css. First we have to go and create the css file. So movie detail is the component in which I am creating another file, that is the .css file. And in this css I will go and put the first css for the movie poster. So here I go and create one class for the movie poster. Now let's go and write down this css as well. So here I go, and in this class, in this movie poster class, I want to put the image. Let's say I want to put the maximum width of the image, it can go to 300 pixel, right? Because the image can be of different size. I want to have the border which is of having the 4 pixel solid white, so that can be my border. And also I want to add some radius, so let me go and put the radius as 5 pixel, right? There's another css, as you can see here. I want to add is the background to my component. So to add that css, again I'm putting another class. This class I am putting it at the top level. So here I go and put this class as the uh, container class. So in this container class, let's go and define all those different details that we need at the container level. So here I go and put the background color. Again I want the background color to be back, so again I am putting the same hash 171717, and after that I am putting the maximum width, which can go to the 200 pixel margin. And padding, let me set here to default, so I am putting here 0 auto, and the padding that I am setting up here as the 01 rep, right? So two things I have set as of now. One is the container, and second is the movie poster. Here we are getting the warning that we should use the tokens as well. Definitely you should use the token, but I have already covered the tokens thing in one of the previous examples, so that you can refer it from there. Now moving towards the next part. So we have created this grid, we have taken care of the image. Now the next thing that we have to take care of this title now in the next column. So again I'm navigating back to my html file. In this HTML file, now I will go and take care of the first thing, that is the title. So here I go and put the title. Uh, you can say a movie title, and let me put here the movie title as, or let me put here some tag as h1, and here I am putting the title. Again, the title will come from the movie details dot. What is the property name for the title? Let me go and check. This is the dot title. So from here I am getting the movie title, right? Let's go and add some additional css to the movie title, where we can show this in a bigger font, as well as we can change this color, right? So let me add some class here. So I'm putting the class name here as the movie title. Let me change the font size here to 2 rem and putting a color here. Sorry, let me put this color. Again, you can use any other code as well. I like this color code, that's why I'm going for this one, and make it the text align as center so that the title will come in the center of the component. Right now, the next thing that we have to put here is the movie related details. So to put this movie related details, let me go and define another division inside this. Let me add some additional classes here, that is SLDS where T around small, and here I go and create another division in which we go and put all the other details. So again, I am putting here the class SLDS where I'm adding the padding from all the sides, and let me go and put all those different details here. So the first thing that I want to put here, again if I follow the same thing, I want to put here year rating is genre. So let me go and define all those different things here. So let me put here first P. Again, I want all these different details to be bold. So here let me go and repeat this structure for the multiple inputs that we have to use. First I am putting here the year, followed by the rating, and followed by the next here it should come as the released, followed by the next here as the genre of the movie, followed by the next here as the writer, next here is the actors, next I am putting here as a plot, and next I am putting here as the language. Next I am putting here as the language. Okay, so for all those different things we have to go and add some details. So before I go and do that, what I want to do here is for whatever I can see here in this as a heading, I want to add some color to it. So everything is coming under the B tag, so here I am using the B. As I am directly using the tag, there is no need to put the dot here. We can directly put the tag, and here again I can go and define the color as the same color that with which we are showing the movie. So I'm copying the same color from here, and the font style that I want to change here is to italic. Definitely you can beautify the component the way you want. Okay, now the next thing, whatever the output that I am showing under the P, I want to increase the size of that output. So what I am doing here is I am changing the font size here to large. Now, the next thing, I want all this text that we do have here, all this text should be left aligned. So for that, I am putting here the next thing as the movie info as the class name. And in this movie info class name, let me put the text here as the text align as left. And all this text that we can see here, by default, it should come in red color. So sorry, by default it should come in white color. So let me go and put here the color as white. Let me move this up, so that because I have the CSS class up in the hierarchy, so let me move this up, and by default it will be white, and after that the color that we do have in the bold, it will be override with this yellow. After that, the next thing that we have to do here is uh, let's go and add the respected properties here. Okay, I can see I have done some typo here. SLDS where M around small, right? So that's fine. Or we can put here, or let it be here. We'll go and check it later in case it doesn't come out good, right? Now we have to go and put all those details. So to fetch all those details again, let me go and split the screen. Here I go and get all these movie related details. Let me go and expand this. We do have these details like the year. It will be a this property called year. So let me go and put the movie details that we do have for every property, and after that I can go and change this in the one shot. Then I go and put the movie details again and again, right? Now let's go and change it. So first I am changing the year. So year is available in this property, followed by the rating. Rating is available in this property of ratings, or I believe we do have the three different rating here. uh, okay, we will use this IMDb rating for now. So here I go and put this IMDb rating. After that, in which year it is released. So let me go and use this release property. The genre of the movie. So here I do have this genre. The writer of the movie. Where is the writer? Here I do have the writer of the movie. So I am putting here the writer, followed by the actors of the movie. So this is my actors list. So here I go and put the actors, followed by the plot of the movie. Again, for the plot, it's quite big. You can see here. So we have to take care of some additional CSS for the plot. So let me go and put here uh, some additional CSS for the plot that we will go and define in a while. Okay, that is the plot. And in the last, we have to also put the language as well. So here I am putting the language. You can see if you go and compare my component here, let me go and maximize it. In the end, I am also showing the awards that we are winning. Here I am showing the icon and followed by the awards that we are winning. We can easily do it with the help of the lightning icon. So here I go and define the lightning icon. So lightning icon, again a standard component. Here I am using the size as extra small, and icon name, here I am using this icon name as custom one. Right, and the next thing that I have to show here after that is the what all awards that has been won. So again I'm using the same property. Let me take out the additional spaces that we have put just to avoid the unwanted errors. Okay, so here I go and put the property and followed by the property name that we do have to display this details is in the, let me go back to the console and check the property name where I do have the award details is this awards. So here I can show the award details. Right now you can see that we have to add some space in between, otherwise it will come very close. To add this space in between, we are using the space character that is nothing but the NBSP. Right, it's a space character, it's a HTML way of adding the space. So here I go and put the NBSP and the NBSP. You can also add some padding as well. That's also you can do. But for that, you have to definitely write down this under the span and you have to do it. For to save the time, I'm just doing it in this way. Right. As I said, an additional CSS that we have to write down here is for the plot. So here I go and put the CSS for the plot as well. So here I go and put the plot CSS. In the plot, what I want to do here is I want the maximum width that the plot should take is the 400 pixel, but it should not left any margin whenever the content is going to the next line. So I'm putting the margin left here as 0. Okay, so my plot will come up again as expected. Let me again move this up and putting it Here, this is a special thing that we are adding for the plot. Like this, if you want to add some special features, like to show the genre under the background or to highlight the actors, if you want to add some background, definitely you can do it by adding all this custom CSS. Let me go and deploy this and we will check how the component is coming up after putting this much CSS. So let me go and deploy this. So my component is deployed here successfully. Let's go and validate the changes in the org. So here I go and refresh the component. So you can see that when my component is loading initially, I cannot see anything in the detail section. Let me search here for the movie Batman and I can see the result. Here if I go and select this, we are getting this expected output. There are few CSS changes that seems we have to take care. For example, like in the actor's plot as well as in the language, we are missing this colon. So we have to add that. And also I can see that this border is coming up to the complete image. Let's go and try to fix this. So I'm navigating quickly to the inspect to figuring it out what is the issue. So here I go and hover over this image. Okay, I can see that the movie poster is taking the complete detail component. So here what if I go and take this out and add just the image, right? So then it comes good as if I go and add the image. Now let me go and close this. Here you can see my component is coming up good. I can also go and reduce the space in between this. All right, I can see there is too much space. So let's go and take care of all those small things in our HTML file. So first thing that I will do here is here I go and add this colon for the actor, language, and also the yeah for the details for the hours we don't have to do anything and also for the plot as well. So I have taken care of this colon part. Another thing, as I said, we have to show this on the image. So here I am putting the image. You can also do another thing here is if you want, you can directly put this class, movie poster class on this image tag. But here I'm not doing much changes on the HTML. Let me, we can also do in this way as we have already tested so that the border will come up correctly. Now next thing we have to do here is we have to reduce the space in between the images. So what I will do here is rather than I go and put here the where m around small, let me only take the margin from the top. Why I'm taking this only from the top? Because I am using the SLDS glitter which already adds the padding in between the grid. So I am just making it here as the top small and the same thing I am doing here as well. Here also I will go and make it the padding from the top only, right? So that we can have the good amount of space from the top for the movie title as well as to show the respected details. Let me go and deploy this with these changes and we will validate our output one more time. So my component is deployed here successfully. Let me navigate to the org and refresh the page one more time. And again, I am selecting here the movie. Let me search here for the Batman and selecting the record. You can see that we are getting the correct white border. Also, we do have this colons available across the different tags as well. Let's go and search for something else. So I'm navigating to the series and searching this time for the friends. I am getting again the expected result. If I go and click here, I am getting all the friend related details as well, right? So this is what we do have folks for in this part where we have understood how we can communicate in between the independent components by using the message channel. Folks, if you like the session, make sure to hit the like button and also subscribe the YouTube channel as well. Thank you. Have a good day.